definition and how that can relate to digital marketing, communication, and conversational media. That was a mouthful, so I decided to shorten it to cybernetics and digital marketing, although the topics in my initial title will remain the same. Hello, I'm Romanetta, currently in the marketing team, but I have a real interest in cybernetics. So first of all, I thought I would define what cybernetics are in this context and the general context. So the dictionary states that it's the science of communications and automatic control systems in both machines and living things. Norbert Weiner, who happens to be one of the leading researchers in cybernetics in business and marketing, states that it's the scientific study of control and communication with in the animal machine. Similar to the dictionary definition. And Paul Pango, whose article I referenced a lot in this presentation, states that it's the most powerful language to describe the systems that have goals. Now, this is a very important definition going forward as it relates to marketing and business, and including obviously digital marketing. So I thought that I would, is this in the way? I think this is in the way. Define the 3 principles of the basic cybernetic loops. Like we said before, I can't go back, but the 3, it's like, it works like a computer, you know, you have a sensor, controller, and actuator. So actuator, sorry. So the sensor feeds information to the system. So it's like the inputs, receptive to changes in parameter, and the changes will be transferred to the controller. Now the controller, which is kind of like the CPU, contains the set of instructions to process and said information from the input, obviously the sensor, and the actuator is the output. So it executes an action to affect the state of the system designed to physically affect the system to conform to the instructions of the controller, which basically says it just does what the controller says it should do in so many words. So as you can see with the, with the image, it goes in with the sensor. The goal is something that you have to keep in mind when it comes to when it comes to the context. So you see that in a second, and then action is taken, and then the reactionary feedback is super important when it comes to digital marketing. And you see why in a second. So cybernetics and digital marketing, using the 3 principles of the basic cybernetic loop, starting with the goal of digital marketing is to generate new customers. To put the loop, as previously seen, to good use, we can ask what the cost of acquiring a new customer is. So first we have the sensors, that's the input, clicks on links, clicks on ads, volume of leads, open rates of emails, reaches on social media posts. And while the controllers would be, in this context, looks at adjusting said parameters, so increasing or reducing resources. And for example, we have costs per click bid, staff allocation, volume of activities to be undertaken. And the actuators is going to be the action taken by the new strategy, so that the controllers. So it's usually what new actions, what needs to be adjusted, what action needs to be taken. And usually it's just putting more money into the system, or creating more revenue, or just putting your staffers into good use. This is a very important part because the action that's taken will tell you what feedback needs to be taken along with it. So Cybernetics and digital marketing, I found a really cool.
Okay, William,
yeah.
Do you know you have to put on your video?
Is it not on? What, my face?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, I didn't know that. 1 second.
Okay.
How do I do that with this? My video, there it is. Okay, can you see me? Can you see me now?
Yeah, we can see you now.
Okay. Hi. Sorry. So cybernetics is about feedback in circulatory models. So in the reference with the loop that I had mentioned earlier, I decided to find a fitting image. So this is kind of like what I'm talking about when I say you need a goal, and you need a system in which when you have an output, when you have an actuator, you can come back with the feedback and then fix what you need to fix. So it's a method of controlling a system by reinserting into it the results of its past performance. Again, Norbert Weiner. So when something doesn't work out, something works out, you put it back in, and it's just a consistent process. And you see that in conversational marketing as well. And I'll show you that. Okay. So applying cybernetics to conversational media. Conversation is important for commerce. Every transaction needs an agreement, which can't happen without conversation. Therefore, the quality, efficiency, and effectiveness of the conversation should be a focus of every business that offers products or services. It's great for trust, which is important for the foundation of a lifetime customer. Yeah, conversations can be very repetitive, and that's where cybernetic comes in. So you have a goal, you have interactions, sensing of error, acting again, and so on. So cybernetic loop of conversation is seen eye to eye, at least on some goals and understandings, but also wanting to influence the other to control others' levels. And you can kind of see this with this very simplified image of the cybernetic loop in reference to conversational media. So you are talking about one thing, talking another thing, and going back and forth until someone reaches an agreement and you see eye to eye. It's a consistent loop, and with feedback and subsequent changes, you get something that everybody can agree on, which is super important in conversation.
Excuse me, please. You are not audible enough.
Okay, I'm sorry. How do I change that? I don't know how to change that. If I speak louder, is that better?
I can hear anything still.
Can anybody else hear me? Is everybody else having trouble hearing me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So the skeleton of conversation, you have the context, language, exchange, agreement, action, and transaction. So to sell products, consumers need to be convinced that the means of influencing what they believe, and that means influencing what they believe. A conversation is the most effective way to do so. These fundamental connections between conversation and commerce do not change, even as technology and marketing evolves. This is to say that no matter how much technology evolves, the skeleton of conversation is the same. And this is really cool because we can relay it to loops and computing in general, because it's all about the process. It's all about input, processing, and output, and feedback as well. So this is my bibliography if anyone's interested. These two in the middle are articles and some research papers that I found. And this was my primary source. So does anybody have any questions or anything that they want me to go through again? Anybody?
No question for now.
No questions? Okay, don't be shy. If there are no questions, well, I hope there are questions because I really enjoyed researching this topic. So I'm more than happy to, if anyone has any questions, they can message me on the channel after. But if that's it, then that's it for my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.
Okay, wait. Does anyone understand what VM just taught us? Anybody? You want her to go on again?
She just spoke about cybernetics as a means of communications, but I didn't really get the old thing she said.
Was she a little bit fast?
Sorry, I'm a little late. Good morning, everybody. I don't know if in the next maybe 3-4 minutes, because I'm really interested in the topic, if you can just go through the slides. probably in the next 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
okay.
Don't mind.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. So I'll just do a quick run through. So this is a topic I researched, cybernetics and digital marketing. I had originally tried to relay it to cybernetical organisms, which is something that I've researched in the past, but I thought, let me change that a bit. So I first decided to say the meaning of cybernetics, but so these two definitions are dictionary definitions, and one is by the leading researcher and thinker in cybernetics, Norbert Weiner. So it describes it as a scientific study of control and communication in the animal machine. And that is from Norbert. And it's the most, so in this context, Paul Pango, a cybernetic thinker and writer, describes it as the most powerful language to describe system that has goals. And this last definition is one that's really important to this topic. So again, you can see the whole goal situation here, as Paul Pango said. So we have the sensor, the controller, and the actuator. The sensor is kind of like the input in the machine. Controller is the CPU, and the actuator is the output. And what is really important in terms of digital marketing is this reaction feedback that goes back into the input, and then we go again and again. This is the basic cybernetic loop. So as you can see here, you can kind of read it. Feed information into the system, contains a set of instructions processing the information, and executes an action. This is sensor, controller, and actuator. Sorry, I'm going fast. I'm trying to go through everything. Cybernetics and digital marketing. So using these 3 principles, we can set a goal, and the goal of digital marketing is always to generate engaging customers. To put the loop to good use, we can ask one question as an example: what's the cost of acquiring a new customer? So we have the sensor, which is clicks on links, clicks on ads, volume of leads, and so on and so forth. We have the controller, aka the CPU, which looks at adjusting the parameters of resources, so cost per click, staff allocation, and so on. And the actuators is the action taken. That's usually a new strategy or coming up with more money to put into the system. This is also true with digital marketing. So the feedback, like I said, is really important because it's a method of controlling a system by reinserting it into the results of its past performance. Just to simplify that, what it's saying is once you get an output, if you don't like it, you get your feedback and you put it back to the system again to see if you can make it better. And that is life really, but it's more so with digital marketing because you have to do it over and over again until you do reach your goal of the cost of acquiring a new customer. That's CAC right there. Right. Applying it to conversational media. The reason why I wanted to tie into conversational media is because communication is really important when it comes to digital marketing. You are communicating with people from around the world online. And the conversation is always going to be important for commerce. Every transaction needs an agreement. Now, conversations can be repetitive. That's why you have frequently asked questions. That's why you have back and forth. So you have negotiation. So it has a goal. You have interactions. You have a sense of error. And then you have acting again. And this is the feedback loop. This is the cybernetic loop of conversation. And I found a simplified image online, just right here, of a cybernetic loop of conversation seen eye to eye. So you're going to go over and over and over again until you reach an agreement of some kind. And this is a skeleton of conversation: context, language, exchange, agreement, and action. So just to kind of not put it in context, but tie it back into commerce and digital marketing. These fundamental connections between conversation and commerce do not change. It's something that it's been used in traditional marketing and something that still needs to be used in digital marketing. So even as technology and marketing evolves, the skeleton of conversation is going to remain the same. Luckily for us, the skeleton of conversation is exactly like programming, exactly like computing. It's just a loop going over and over again until you reach your set goal. It's like a flow chart. You know the loop part of the flow chart where if you don't get it, you go back up. If it's yes, the diamond shape. It's from a long time ago. So this is my bibliography. These are the 4 main resources that I used. 2 of these are very interesting articles that I think, not articles, they're research papers that I read, quite a big chunk of them. One of them is like 16 pages, but it's really worth the read. And yeah, that's the end. I hope the second time around was a bit clearer. Are there any questions this time?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning. I have questions. This is Damlari.
Okay. Hi. Yeah. What's the question?
So I'm trying to wrap my head around how it relates exactly to digital marketing. So if it is in a loop, is it like is it like in a situation where we have, for example, you mentioned the different stages of digital marketing. Yeah, click and the likes. Yeah, thank you for going. No, go back. Just continue going back. I think second. No. Just come to the previous slide. Yes. So controller, okay, click on ads, volume, and all that. Now, if the client breaks down at the sensor stage, probably maybe, now, is it that if the potential customer breaks down at the sensor stage, then and the bottom line or the overall goal of the whole setup, I'm trying to understand it.
Okay.
Like if the transaction breaks at some point, then it goes back. So what goes back? Is it like the process starts all over again?
Okay. So what's really cool about this loop, and so it's a principle, and it's to say that it's like a blueprint of every single thing you want to kind of do in digital marketing. So in the context I gave is the cost of acquiring a new customer. And in this context, you get your sensors, like you said, the clicks on links, the clicks on ads as your input. And then the controllers processes that. So it's like, oh, so amount of people clicked on it. So what do I do with that information? What does that mean? It's kind of like reading your analytics. And then the actuators kind of see, oh, how many people, what was the conversion from that? And what you do from the actuators determines what goes back into the loop. So it's kind of like getting, oh, we got a conversion from that. What do we do next? Do we put more money into the ad? Do we put more staffers? Do we get more staff on the ad? Do we get more people to push that certain ad? And whatever we get, whatever is our new list of things to do, new list of input, we're going to put that back into the system, and then we're going to go through again until we come up with like a perfect strategy. So this is kind of like a principle of a digital marketing strategy. And I use the example of acquiring a new customer because that's like the universal goal of digital marketing in general. I hope that clears things up a little bit more.
Okay, so it goes in a way where whatever positive feedback you get from the current strategy you're working with, you pick the feedback through analytics from existing existing clicks or open rates and the likes. Exactly. Then that information, you reshape it, you fine tune it. And if possible, you add more money in terms of promotions and the likes. Okay, then you take it back. Okay.
Yeah, you get it. Perfect.
I have a question.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so you were talking about if during the feedback and if the whole system didn't work the first time and the loop continues, right?
It's a bit muffled, but I think I understand that you said the feedback.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is that where the purpose of putting more money is to generate new customers.
Yeah.
Okay. So my question is it possible for a system to be a failure if you keep putting in money and you cannot get your desired outcome?
So you're asking if it's possible, if it's possible for a system to go without coming out with the desired outcome?
Yes. Like
Yeah.
when
Absolutely.
you keep doing the loop all over and all over again and you're not bringing out the outcome you desired, can that system be considered a failure?
Yes. So what's really cool about these systems is that, as you can see with the controllers, it's all about adjusting the parameters, increasing and reducing resources. So if you don't fix what you need in the controllers part of the system, if you don't think about what you need to change, it's very unlikely that the whole system won't be a failure. So the whole point of feedback is to look what doesn't work or what works in the system, and then going back to put it back in the sensors. And if no matter what you're trying is not working, then it's time to restart the whole process again, really. I think that goes with anything. That goes with a lot of things as well. Like if you're trying over and over again, you don't succeed, then time to scrap it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I understand now.
Thank you. Any other questions? No? No other questions?
Yeah, no other question. If you have a question, you can just direct it to anyone. Okay. While we wait for the next presenter to get ready.
Okay, I do have a question for everybody. I kind of, because it's such a diverse range of skill sets in the program, I'm kind of interested to know how how this, let me show you the figure I'm talking about. This right here relates to or is related to your skill set. So if you are a programmer, a front-end developer, do you think that this specific flowchart also works in your field? Anybody's free to answer. Please.
Is anybody there?
Hello.
Hi.
Mr. Emmanuel.
Nobody has an answer? I'll tell you what I think if nobody has anything to say.
Okay. I'm in the marketing field also. So I think where I come in is the overall strategy as a whole.
If it's okay, we can't hear you well.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. I thought he was talking to me. So in the overall strategy as a whole, because from the sensor stage to the controller and all that.
Are you saying something?
No,
yeah.
Sam Larry that's talking.
Oh, this is Sam Larry. Sorry. I was trying to answer a question.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that, please.
All right, thank you. I've done that.
Yeah, so you were saying in digital marketing strategy.
Okay, I was saying the overall strategy on its own, that's the different tactics to use.
Yeah.
How to attract more clicks or engagements or traffic to either the website, social media, and the likes. Yeah. So and also I determine the results because that is I'll say the goal of the whole system of work process.
Exactly.
Yeah. So then the programmer and the like come into, I give them more information on what I want, how I want it to look like, or the idea of the whole system. But I think I as a digital marketer, it's the job of a digital marketer to start the whole process in terms of the plan, what to do and what not to do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for answering. I think that's it for my presentation. Thank you everybody for listening and participating.
Yeah, thank you very much for your beautiful presentation. Yeah, okay. The next person we're presenting is Grace Anoko. Grace, are you ready? Grace. Okay, before she joins us, there is a quick notice. Those who are presented before, you are meant to present a new topic for next month. And while preparing a new topic, while preparing to present a new topic, you must be getting ready for another new topic. So it will always go on and on like that. Okay, and there is a new system now that whenever you get your topic approved, before presenting on the Zoom meeting, you will have to do a video of you presenting that same topic, then post it to your social media anywhere you want to post it. Okay. Hello, did anyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a new system now. I will still announce this on the KD's channel.
Presentation, I submitted 2 topics. So both had been approved.
Grace. Hello, Grace. Okay, Grace. We'll wait for you. All right, I think she just joined the channel. Please, let's just wait for her.
morning. Good morning, everyone. Please, can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello.
Okay. So my topic for today is using Go Native because I also create more with existing websites. So
Grace, you're not audible.
okay, I said my topic is using GoNative.io to create mobile applications from existing websites. GoNative is built to take any existing web application and seamlessly convert it into native apps for Android and iOS. The modern web is powerful, so instead of going native by starting from scratch and maintaining separate code bases across web, Android and iOS, GoNative leverages your existing web applications to serve and lay out page content while seamlessly integrating native features to achieve a native user experience that feels the way native should. So GoNative works with an existing live website. Then no changes required. Updates to your site cascade automatically to your apps. They integrate a wide range of native features to look and feel just like traditionally developed native apps. So with GoNative, iOS feels like iOS and Android feels like Android feels like Android. So like Go Native is just it just makes things easier by creating mobile application with websites you already have already. Like you don't need to start from the scratch. You just need this Go Native. So you just help you convert your just help you to create mobile applications with your normal website that we have already. So first off, the first step is we have to search on our web browser, go to HTTP blah 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 go into file. So after that, you can see ready open it here. So this is the way this is how you see it when you should open it on your browser. So we're using we have to look for a website to use. So I'm going to use Jenny's Glow, like a skincare website already. This is already a website already. So after that, we have to input the URL of the website. We have to go and like the website that this is website. We have to copy the URL from Jenny's Glow website. So we're going to input it in this our Go Native website, whatever. So then after that, this is what it's going to show. Like after pasting the URL here, then we're going to click on build. So it's going to bring out this page. Then after that, it's going to bring out everything here. So you put this is the URL, the initial URL. Then this is this welcome to Jenny's Glow Nigeria, like the app name. Then where should we send the link? Your mail, you can put your mail, any mail that is like working. After that, we're going to start building my app. So once we click on start building my app, it brings us to this place. So no, we're still using the yourself. After it brings us to different options, general styling, navigation, like we're still under the that you can add to the app to like maybe like editing and all of that. So you can general styling, navigation styling, push notification, and so on and so forth. So now we'll now click on build my app and brings us to where build in progress takes place. So this is where after that it brings us to this place, then start building. Just take till when it's done. Then when it's done, it brings us to this So this we have Android, we have the iOS. So we're just going to press download Android APK for because you are using let's say Android phone, just press download APK. After that, um, this is the way the app looks like. Jenny's Glow Skincare and Beauty Shop. So then after we are done downloading it, then you just after downloading the APK, the Android APK, then you can send it to you can send it to your Android phone, maybe through WhatsApp or something. You can send it to your Android phone on WhatsApp, let's say. Then you download it on your WhatsApp. After downloading it, this is what like to bring out. I think this is a video. So this is the video. This is how the app is going to look like after downloading it on your phone. Just showing us basically. So this is the existing website we already had initially that we're able to like convert to an application. So this is what it's going to be like after downloading it on your phone. So this is how we use GoNative.io to create mobile applications with existing websites. Thank you very much.
Oh, that was quick. Does anybody ask question for her?
Anybody?
Any question?
So maybe I can just ask you questions.
Yes, I have a question.
Somebody wants to ask a question. Sorry, who is talking? Sorry, who is talking?
Okay, you can just go ahead and ask just a question.
Okay, I can just go ahead and ask you questions.
I have a question.
Okay. Can you go on? I can hear you. Say your question.
Okay. My question is, in doing this, so we're not going to be writing any code. We just need this whole thing, follow the steps, just the 8 steps you just kept in place right now. And my website is going to be a mobile app.
All right. You don't need to write any code from the scratch at all. All you need to do is put the URL of the website to generate the app. So the APK of the application. You don't need to start writing code from the scratch. With all these steps, you like get what you're looking for. Be able to convert it to a mobile application. You don't need any code.
Okay, and how about if I want to navigate to another page? How can this application make me, on the browser, I can just put slash this page slash. How can I do that with this kind of application?
Okay. This example is just to show for a single page. But if you want to like know more, go to the documentation on the website, gonative.io. If you want to like know more about creating more pages. But this is just for like a single page. Everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So, as I've said before, before you arrive, Grace, there is a new system now that we'll be following, new way of presenting. Also, if you have a pending question, while preparing to present your pending question, you should have prepared another topic for approval. And after you get the topic approved and your slide approved also, you will then make a video of yourself presenting that topic, presenting it, then post it on any of your social media and then send the link to co-service at Big Content. After doing that, then you will then be allowed to present on Zoom with this. Okay? You get what I just said?
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
is anyone there? Okay, good. All right. So I think this will be the end of today's session. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's time for stand-ups. Everyone should be present in stand-ups, please.